right, Shakti Shiva Tarot here for another read. We're going to get into the energies here. I already did some pre-shuffle. And in the pre-shuffle, we got Jupiter Abundance and Grand Trine Blessings and Solar Eclipse Revolution, which, what do you know? 44. Today, there is actually a solar eclipse happening. I think like literally right now it's 1:45. I'm in Pacific time. So I'm pretty sure that's when it's happening. You know, Jupiter, I've been talking about, Jupiter and the planets, Jupiter being in Leo being the house of passions, family, children, affection, all things that come from the heart, like our true heart's desires, things that that thing in your life that gives you vital energy, that makes you feel alive, whatever that is. And, interesting. Okay, so solar eclipse revolution, 44. We have Grand Trine Blessings, 46 and 7. So even though solar eclipses are all about change. And yes, there's a revolution, and yes, there's blessings, but what is the revolution telling us? It's not going to be easy. It's going to be something like a revolution is like something has to be destroyed or something crumbles or, this could be divorces, breakups, the ending of relationships, friendships, things like that, things ending. And they may be things that you don't want to end, right? That's like, this is going to be the hardship of this process. But when we release those things, because we know that what is leaving our life right now has either run its course or it's not meant to be a part of our future, and that we are being protected by it leaving our life in this time. Anything that makes it through this solar eclipse is part of the blessing, but we have the 5 of Cups here, and it's like Jupiter, these blessings want to come, but like I've been saying, there's something that needs to go first. Something needs to go. And it could be your own fear, right? It doesn't have to be attached to an actual thing. It can just be, your own negative thoughts and fears. But it could be attached to like a person, somebody getting a divorce or breaking up, because I see that here in the 5 of Cups, right? In the 5 of Cups in the tarot, this is where Psyche is regretful for having betrayed Cupid, because, Cupid was immortal and he was not supposed to be with Psyche, who was human. And he was like, his boundary was, you can never know who I truly am. And she married him not knowing who he truly was. She was okay with that. But then in the 4 of Cups, we see, she's chit-chatting with her friends, and that's where is it in the 3? Yeah, because in the 3 of Cups, they get married. In the 4 of Cups, she's chit-chatting with friends, and the friends are like, oh my God, you don't know the person that you married. And so that's where the indecision steps in, because the thoughts and the opinions of her circle of friends got in her mind, and then she went and she snuck a peek, and he caught her, and he felt betrayed. So he left. And for some of you, it could be just that, like that sense of having felt betrayed, not involving another person. But for others of you, this could involve another person, right? Where some of you are going through a divorce, or you are going through a breakup, and somebody is being left behind. Anyways, let's keep going, man. Wow. You saw how like the cards were not coming out until I made that clear. Wow. Okay. So communication, passionate, quick, sudden communication that comes in quickly. And this is like I've always said, Cupid's arrows, it lands right underneath the trine blessings. So like I said, something wants to come in. But wow, the devil and okay. The devil, the princess of wands, and the king of cups. So we have Capricorn and water signs and fire signs. Sag, Aries, Leo, Aquarius, because the new moon is in Aquarius, and this is showing me the new moon here. We've got the devil, which is Capricorn, and then we have the king of cups, which is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So it could be anywhere in your top 3 or whatever, Venus or Mars. So what needs to be let go of is this. I feel like these are two people who are bound by their ego. Right? This is like the devil is that attachment that we have to our lower selves, to our ego, right? That selfish need that wants to gain for my purpose, for my benefit, right? And not caring about the needs of others. So, someone obviously is hurt here, and the other people are there. One of them, it's funny because she's kind of like, oh no, but this guy, and he's kind of like looking at the dude, but it's like someone ends up getting hurt here. You can't avoid that. But I feel like this is two people trapped by their desires, trapped by their... I need to get more on this because the King of Cups here is telling me, wow, the Two of Cups. So I feel like this is a relationship that maybe is coming out of a toxic stage, right? This is what could be ending that toxic stage where there's something that closes out with this devil energy, with this codependency, with these desires and temptations. And because there is a deeper soul bond, and I feel like there's a longing to be with one another. And there's going to be a conversation about that. Wow. Holy shit. 100% rebirth energy with the Judgment and the Ace of Wands here. This is a passionate new beginning, wanting to be restored, wanting to be reborn. I feel like somebody is recognizing that, the Judgment is like sitting with themselves, sitting with their... Wow, the Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck, the 1111 card. Okay, I'm going to keep it. So I feel like this is somebody who's sitting with themselves. Of course. Anyways. Like I was saying, the Judgment card is that person sitting with themselves and having, like, I feel like this is somebody who's been praying, having those conversations with God. And, the Judgment is their own conversation with God and realizing where they were being toxic, where they were holding back, where they were... with, like I said, with the Five of Cups, there was betrayal there, right? Atlantis has risen. The awakening begins. Wow, this is the first card of the deck. I feel like this came out in the last read. I'm just going to pull it because I feel like you and your person were mermaid lovers. You were married in Atlantis. You had a higher purpose in Atlantis, and that is what's being reborn. That is the energy that is being reborn. This is the energy that is leaving. The resurrection is of your higher selves, not of this shadow energy. Because what brought down the empire of Atlantis in the past? It was the shadow energy. Wow, I picked this deck up and I happened to accidentally flip these over. And it says Saturn Truth, which is Capricorn. We've already seen the devil Capricorn here. And Fire Element Desire, which we also saw the King or the Page of Wands, which it doesn't mean that you have to be a fire sign or that your person has to be a fire sign, but this is about that passion, the desire. We saw the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is about new beginnings. We see the Eight of Pentacles at the center, which is about this passionate desire to want to speak and share this passion with you. But I feel like there has been ego battles between the two of you. I just feel like one was more open to their emotions and more mature in their emotional standing, whereas the other one was kind of young and inexperienced, more on the passionate physical side. You know, there could be an age gap here too, because we have the Princess of Wands and the King of Cups, so there could be a big age gap there. We have the 10th house again, Capricorn energy, authority. This is about working together. Truth, finding your truth through your true heart's desires. There's going to be an invitation. An invitation is coming. There's going to be an entrance to communicate. This communication is going to lead to a deeper commitment. I feel like I feel like what has been going on here is the fact that there hasn't been, if this is related to the Five of Cups, like I said, there was like outside interference, you know, people talking and giving advice and interfering in the connection between these two soulmates, these lovers. It's like that you guys have this deep soul bond and you feel it, but you're questioning it. And because you're questioning it, you ask outside parties, and the outside parties aren't going to give you the information that you need, because you already know on a soul level that this is your 1111, your perfect match, your twin flame, your person, you know? Wow. Holy fucking shit. I can't even. I literally just said that. And look at the first card. I'm literally mind blown. 1111, twin flame. Everything is possible. Blessings are coming in. If you have been wishing and praying, and I know for those that, bro, if you're not a twin flame, I don't know who would want to wish for a twin flame. If you're not, you don't want one, like for real, like because they are tumultuous, they are full of spiritual growth, and if you ain't ready for that, you don't want one. You know what I'm saying? But this is obviously, oh my gosh, wow, twin flame, everything is possible, y'all. Like y'all are a perfect match, but perfect opposites as well. It's like your opposites complement each other. Perfect duality, the yin to your yang. You came with a purpose, with a mission. 4/4 Holy Grail code. Receive the gift. This is about receiving this blessing when it comes in. Stop questioning it. Stop. I feel like this has to do with your egos. Both of you allow your egos to get in the way of the soul heart desire that you guys both have. But it's no longer going to be able to be controlled with this awakening, with this massive awakening, because this is when the judgment card comes out, this is like the divine says it's time to wake up. And who are you? No, I'm going to keep sleeping. No, like that's not your choice. If like you're being awakened. So wake up. 2/2 spiritual awakening shift or be shifted. Like, oh my gosh, you guys drop it in the comments. I am ready to be awakened, because if this like everything that I just said was literally just came out in the cards. And this is how cards and oracle and tarot, when you are using it in, I always ask for the divine creator to bring down the light whenever I open a reading. And that's how you know that this is the light coming through, because synchronicities are the signs that we are on the right path. And this is how energy works. When the energy is there, it comes through in the card. That's why the card is received. That's why it comes out the way that it does. It's because the energy is trying to speak through a visual representation, right? And so that's all these cards are. And that's why I like to pick the more, I'm very particular about my decks, because the energy has to match what's coming through from above, right? So right now, there is an opportunity to receive this gift, this blessing of union in the physical, because there's no separation in the spiritual. Your twin flame there is no separation, but this is about this gift coming in the physical realm. It is being awoken. You are being resurrected. It's being reborn. I can't even believe it. This is your twin flame. And are you going to receive this gift? Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there, y'all. Woo! I'm ready to receive this gift. I am ready to awaken. That's what you're gonna drop in the comments in order to claim.